You'll begin by getting started. For me, I already have an email, so I'm just going to log in with that. When it brings you to this page, initially you won't have anything here, but you will have the Create New Site button. Really important, you want to go to Create on Wix Editor. Now, if they rename this, sometimes they do things like that. You want to remember that you're avoiding anything that is paid. So no studio, that is definitely a giveaway when it says try, that is a trial that you'll later have to pay for. And their trial only lasts 2 weeks. It won't make it through the course. If you use this, it's free and you will be able to use it next year too. So this is the one you want, Create on Wix Editor is what they have it called right now. You're going to avoid all AI, so set up without chat, and we're going to skip all of these add-ons. Okay, so come up here to Skip to Dashboard. And remember, they may move things around a little bit, but a little common sense will help you, decide if that's what we're referring to. And we try to keep up to date on our videos. This is a new video, but you never know. They move or reword things mostly. So here's what we want to do. Ignore this. This is not where you rename your site. It may seem like it, but it isn't. This is buying a domain. So we don't do anything here. We do come up here and select Design Site. We're going to choose a template. It's not the type of template that you're thinking maybe, but we will begin here. We will definitely not generate a design with AI. And if you watch the week 1 video, we tell you why. So you definitely want to skip anything that has the Wix Harmony. That is AI also embedded in that. The blank template is what we're interested in. Start from scratch or the minimal layout. Let's try the minimal layout. So remember, we're not using any of this. We're not generating site text, anything about your business. None of that will actually be anything more than a template that may seem that it is unique, but it won't be. So we're going to X out of that. So here we are in your template, and initially you'll have these labels. You'll use the Add Elements, Pages and Menu mostly. All right. If I click anywhere on this page, we are able to start. So you'll see that we have basically the pages that are required for your professional site. You've got the main menu in the header. You'll put your name here. So name and skill title. And let's see, let's look at our pages and menu. Remember, that was one that we're going to work with. You can keep this as a gallery or double click and you can rename it to projects if you want. In that situation, if you do, you just want to use a web standard. It could be works, it could be projects, it could be videos, whatever you're going to put there. But I do think you should match it. So if this says projects up here, let's change the title of this to projects. Okay. All right. I want to see, do not use generative text. This is a heading 6. You could use a heading 1 if you like, so that it has, is a sequential. So that would be a 1, and maybe this would be a heading 2. And it doesn't mean this has to be this large. Your heading 1 can be smaller. Okay, you could have it 42. If you want it to be that size everywhere, then you save it to the theme. Do you want to make sure that this isn't larger? It's 40, so it is lower, but the thing is, more importantly, it's labeled in H2. All right, so here's the gallery that comes with the template. And if you select this, you can go to Manage Media, and you can delete some if you don't have that many. You can select it. You can do it this way, however you want, but you can hold down your Shift key and delete all of them. If you have 3, you can all but 3. Then, if you double click, here's where you're going to name it. Okay, so this is the project name. And here's your description of it. Okay. The alternative text, that's what you would name the image. So sure, here it says sunset on a beach. You can come up here and replace the image, and it will give you an opportunity to upload a media. The other thing is if you come over here to settings, you can go to layout and change what it's going to look like. All right. Of course, you're going to be mindful of your formatting. Let's say you're a graphic designer and you want to just have the grids. Okay. All right. The other thing you can do, let's look at custom. Horizontal. You could go to a movie width. You can do this. The other thing you're going to want to do, you can go to quick edit and change the date here, right? 26, 27, whatever it is, and your name here. Okay, you can take this off, and there you have your footer and your header and your projects page. Your about page, you need to change the background. That's how you change this image, and that will be your profile image, right, of you. And you could manage columns if you could switch those back and forth depending on which way your profile is facing. Perhaps you want to be facing in. So yeah, we do like this to be left aligned. So you double click that, go to alignment, and there it is. It's easier for people to read when it is starting over in the same spot. All right, and it gives you a nice straight edge. And here we have almost everything. If you have a logo, it will go up here. You will be linking up at least a LinkedIn, possibly a YouTube or Instagram. So let's try that. Let's say you need a YouTube. We'll just go up here, YouTube, and there we go, and add it. Okay, and then all we have to do, if we look over here, if this is selected, we're going to add the link. Okay, it is a web page, YouTube. You're going to paste that right there. Okay, you want it open in a new window so that nobody leaves your site, because once they go to YouTube, that is curated for them, and they are not coming back to our site. We can't compete with that algorithm. All right, that's really all we have right here. Let's look at the contact page. All right, so when we create a contact page, we want to make sure we remove the phone number. They can email you, and if you choose to give them your number at that time, you can. Definitely no address unless you have a business address, but no home address. You want to be careful about that and whatever you are putting out there. But you do need a form, and here we have one. You don't have to have this. We don't require it, but you can. If somebody gives you their email, it will create an email list for you, but it's not required for this class. We have these here, so we don't really need them here, but we did add horizontal. And let's move it down. All right, I do want to move this content up. That's a lot of scrolling. And you do want your email address there. So that's something you're going to need. So let's go ahead and add that. Let's add some text. We'll do it that way. We'll add this. And let's put it here. We can bring this down a little bit. And then let's edit this, and we can just put your email like that. And then you are going to link it. It's going to be an email. And then you're going to put your email there again. You can put a phrase here. This is a good way to identify quickly that it's about a job that came to you through your website. Put something there like super interested in working together or something. So when you see that, you're going to know that there's a possible client on the other end. Okay, so you can put that wherever feels right. Maybe you want this here. There are other forms that you could add that will have that and have it placed. You want to make sure everything is centered. That's pretty much what you'll want to do for the class, all right? You will be adding your content to your projects page. If you don't use the gallery, that's okay. And you can go to video and music, and then you change the video and put your URL for your video, and it'll pop right in there. And you can put, let's see, Command C, Command V, and you can write your description there too. Okay, you can this down so that we've got more space, even more. And you don't have to have 3 lines there. That will bring it up a little more. You can Command C, V, and add it a second one, whatever you want to do there. Okay. You can go here and go to galleries. We have these. You don't probably need to use many of these things, but they're there. All right. There's also other video formats. If you have other videos, you aren't required to have a lot. Once you have your videos in there. Okay. You might want single videos and add them that way. You can have smaller sliders. These are just the same options that we had if we were to add over here. All right. Okay, so I hope that helps. We've really been trying to make this easier for you. Do understand that small things are going to change throughout the year, and it's possible some pages will look a little different when you first log in, but don't worry too much about that. If you stay away from anything that looks like AI, you're going to be fine. All right? All right. Reach out if you have any questions whatsoever, and have fun.